that a good angle? I don't know. Shut the door. And we moved. Hi friends, it's Sam. Welcome back. Come up here. Yay. It is August 6th. In a little bit I'm leaving for my makeup and photography job at Mixology. And I figured, why not start the day with a Q&A? Let's address the background. I rearranged my entire room with Drew 2 days ago, and this is the best setup I feel like that I've had so far. It feels the most homey. It makes the space so much bigger, and I just feel like I'm in my dream Airbnb. You know when you visit an Airbnb and it's all like set up really cute and you're like, why can't this be my house? I'm like, yeah, I want that, but like I want it to be my home. So we did it, we made it happen. Carlton's just behind me, people watching. The background's a little blown out, but it's okay. Should I have set up a ring light? Oh, I can put the blinds down a little. How is that? Tell me, how's that? How is it? Better, worse, the same. Okay, great. Get to know me questions, YouTube tag. I have just Googled a get to know me tag. This is coming from Jewel Butterfly. It was just the first video that popped up, so I'll be answering the questions from her video, and then I'm going to answer some of the questions in my ask box on Instagram. So let's do it. Number one, what does your channel name mean? Well, my channel name is a full embodiment of myself. Who am I? I don't know. I'm constantly evolving. I'm constantly figuring out who I am, all that jazz, and that's gonna be an ever-evolving person and process. So I also like that it asks a question in the username, like, who's Sam Ruh? Who is that girl? I just also kind of like that it's a little clandestine and mysterious in a way, because it's like, that's what I love about my favorite artists, is that they kind of stay a little hidden and behind the scenes. What is that quote? The struggle between an artist is the struggle between being heard but not wanting to be seen. Something like that. I just feel like that was a really deep meaning. It's just, who is Sam Ruh? My name is Sam Ruh, so who am I? I don't know. Where were you born? I was born in Oceanside, Long Island, in a hospital. It's not important. Where are you now? I am in my apartment with Carlton. What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite sex? They've told me this, but truly I have no idea. What is your eye color? Blue. What's your favorite candle scent? Anything that's like a bakery, coffee scents. But I also like, oh my god, why can't I think of the name? I'm gonna have to put it right here. Like that fruity smell. Fruity, like florally scented ones from Anthropology I really like. But I don't even know how to categorize those scents. I just feel like they smell like candy and feminine. Those are my favorite scents. But then again, I bought a candle that smells like unisex masculine, so I don't really know. I'm allergic to a lot of candles, so I have to be very careful. There are certain Bath and Body Works candle scents that I can't even have open near me because it'll set off my allergies. Best bet, like if somebody was buying me a candle and they're like, what does Sam like that I know she'll like? It's like a bakery scent. Cookies, vanilla, pumpkin, cinnamon bun, like that sort of thing. Can you cook? I can follow a recipe. Cooking does not come naturally to me. It's actually something that I've been working on last year and this year a lot more. And what has helped me a lot significantly, this isn't sponsored, I know it's like totally associated with throwing out a YouTube shout out, but HelloFresh, I get that weekly now, and that has tremendously impacted the way that I approach cooking, because doing it consistently like that, you kind of start to pick up certain tools that I was just never taught as a kid. I grew up in a household that was very bland in their cooking, and we joke about it now, like my mom and I'm like, we literally had bland chicken and then freezer vegetables on the side. Freaking thankful, but I had no idea that that world existed because I was just so sheltered to spice. And it's crazy because my mom's side of the family is Puerto Rican and they make amazing food on the holidays, but it's just like, I don't know, we're not a cooking household. It's just kind of funny. Another thing that's helped me is being friends with somebody who has experience in cooking. So a couple times my friend Haley has come by and just shown me some really simple, healthy, quick ways to throw things together. Those little quick tips help me so much. So I definitely want to do maybe like a collaborative video with Haley, because Haley knows a lot about gluten-free, dairy-free, and food-sensitive recipes. And if you're interested in learning more, please follow her. She has also a cake business on Long Island if you are gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free, and you need a cake for your events. Her business is called Afrigola Dolce, and you should check it out because they're iconic. What scares you about getting old? You know, it's funny. My brain initially went to the fact that the body's gonna start changing. You know, things that maybe came easy might not come so easy, but I think that's a myth because there are thriving individuals who keep up with their health and fitness and they can do everything. Like, age doesn't set a limitation on anything that you want to do in life. I guess it's really just physical changes, like things are gonna drop. And then maybe just it happening too fast and me feeling like I didn't do enough, but we're gonna try to not live that kind of life. What's the last thing you bought? Taco Bell last night. What is your favorite holiday? I mean, who doesn't like Christmas? There's just so much stimulation in Christmas. I like the fact that I can make people smile on Christmas and it's Jesus' birthday. Okay. What is your guilty pleasure? Guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure, guilty pleasure, guilty pleasure. See, when I think of guilty pleasure, I think of something that could be or should be judged, but you actually enjoy. I have to look at examples. Off the top of my head, I really can't think of the guilty pleasure. If I think of one, I will update you. Oh my god, I know my guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure is good reality TV. Not all reality TV is created equal, but reality TV is my guilty pleasure for sure. Oh, I skipped one, which is what is your sign? My sign is Sagittarius, but my rising sign is Aquarius. What show do you binge watch? So, fun fact, I don't really watch TV shows. But so because I don't have cable, I don't really watch TV currently, and if I do watch anything currently, it's YouTube or I don't know, I just don't find myself on Netflix. Like, I feel like on Netflix I spend more time searching for something to watch than actually watching something. So that's that. I watch more YouTube. The two series that I watched front to back were Lost and Dexter, because it just left you on the edge of your seat. I also really enjoyed like OA, Manifest. But as far as binge watching, it's like edge of the seat sort of deals. How to Get Away with Murder was a good one, but I never finished that one. What item do you never leave the house without? Clothing. Are you an evening person or a morning person? I could be either. I'm gonna lean more towards a morning person, but like, what does that even mean? I'm a all hours of the day type of person. What is your favorite movie genre? Edge of seat thriller type of movies are like my go-to. I've found that it's not technically the genre that I'm interested in, it's the way the story is told, because there are movies that are categorized as like sci-fi, but the way the story was told was incredible, and I'm not a sci-fi person, or like it's categorized as an action movie, which is personally my least favorite genre, but I've enjoyed it because the story was being told well. So what's that about? What's good in your life right now? The fact that life exists, that I have life. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? This, I always get confused with this question because in my mind, I'm an introvert. But if I'm around the right people, or if the energy is good, sometimes I'm extroverted. So I've heard these terms that are like introverted extrovert. What's the point? the long and short of it, I can be both at times given whatever environment I'm in, I guess. What is your biggest accomplishment? I feel like I feel accomplished anytime I feel inner peace. No joke. These are interesting questions. I don't know how celebrities answer interview questions on the spot because this really takes a lot for me to think of. This is nuts. All right, let's go to the Instagram ask box, which I have to find because it's in my archives. What is your favorite way to tune out the outside world and tap into your inner self? The fastest way to do that for myself is through meditation. You kind of go into this space between reality and sleeping. In that peaceful place, that's like the easiest way for me. Do you believe in God? Yes, I resonate with that word. I believe in that there's something bigger than us for sure. 5 items you cannot live without. Oxygen, food, water, shelter, oxygen, warm blanket. No. Okay, let's think of like more fun items. Moisturizer, contacts. So annoying. Those are like the 2 OGs. Deodorant, gratitude. Okay, wait, 5. I'm trying to think of something a little bit more like, you know, fun. You know what? Screw it. These are my honest answers. Contacts, moisturizer, deodorant, clothing, God. Those are, I need those in my day. I need them. Dream vacation. Well, let me tell you, I'm not an expert geographer, so I have a lot to learn as far as like the most beautiful places in the world. But there are some that I have seen that are just beautiful off the top of my head. I would love to go to Paris. I would love to go to Bali. I would love to go to Sedona. I would love to go back to Australia. I think what makes a dream vacation is experiencing what that part of the world has to offer by just being. When you set boundaries, how do you uphold them? If someone crosses it, what do you do? I think communication with boundaries is the most important thing. Making sure, because I read this thing on Instagram the other day that's like there's communication and then there's comprehension. If you are communicating a boundary but somebody crosses it, it was obviously not comprehended, or someone just simply wasn't thinking about you or forgot, because that's a hard truth to swallow. Like, not everyone's thinking about us and what's best for us. Most of the time people are thinking of what's best for them. So let's say I set a boundary with Drew that said, I just don't want you to compliment on my hair because I'm feeling insecure about my hair these days, and I just left it at that. The over communication might help, where I say, I don't want you to compliment on my hair because I've been feeling really insecure about it. When you comment on it, it makes me feel less than. And that could just be the boundary as is. So the next time, let's say Drew says, oh my God, I think Sam's hair looks really pretty, let me go tell her. And he doesn't even, he forgets. And just let's say he says, Sam, your hair looks really great today. And he crossed my boundary. Then I think it's just communicating something along the lines of, you know, Drew, I already said that it was a boundary with me to not compliment my hair. Can you help me understand why you thought it was okay to cross that boundary? That might be a way to approach it, but the thing is, when it gets heavier in topic, it sometimes may be a little harder. So, for example, I asked nobody to ask about relationships in my ask box, and people asked anyway. I have the choice to get upset about it or just simply not acknowledge, and get emotional. There are many ways to go about it, and I just feel like for me the first thing is to just over communicate and understand and have empathy rather than react. That's an option. It's just kind of where your line in the sand is with that certain boundary. First thing you want to do after COVID is done. I guess the one thing that's kind of off limits for me and what I'm comfortable with is traveling, so probably travel. Favorite trip, I'm assuming that means like of my life, was when I went to Australia for Date with Destiny. Favorite small businesses at the moment. There are so many cute shops all over Long Island, but my top 3 favorite small businesses are Monica Spangler Photo, Afrogola Dolce, and Awaken Your Goddess. I don't know them at all. How do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years? Okay, so 27, 28, 29, 30, 31? My honest answer is I have no fucking idea. Can you do a beginner list / things to be a photographer? I can. First of all, just start shooting. This right here is a camera, so just do your thing. Off the top of my head, obviously a camera of any sort. Photoshop, they offer a monthly subscription. And then if you're thinking of like beginner lenses, 50mm 1.4 is a good starter lens, and 24 to 70mm. My favorite type of food, garlicky, bready goodness. Fries. I like Indian food a lot, Greek food, any food that tastes good. Okay, this is gonna be the last one for this one. If you want to ask more questions, feel free to leave them and I can answer them in other videos. The last one is, I've been thinking about getting my nose pierced. Do you love yours? So sometimes I forget that I have my nose pierced, but yeah, I do. And I love it. I feel like when I don't have it in, I feel naked. I got it pierced in 11th grade and I pierced it with a what is that called? Not a stone. I guess it is a stone. I didn't get the hoop first. I got the little stone. My brain is not on right now. I have not had caffeine this morning or anything. I say do it, you know? You only live once. If you don't do it, you'll never know. You can always take it out, sort of thing. Ask your parents first if you need that, if you're young and whatever, but like, you know, if you're an adult, you make your own decisions, try it out. Why not? A good idea too is if you're unsure about how it's gonna look on you or all that, Amazon has fake hoops. So if you're afraid of pain or anything, like just get a fake hoop. No one will even know. Just put it on when you feel like it. That's what I feel about a septum. I'm like, if I ever want to wear a septum, I'm just gonna get a fake one. I'm not gonna go through that. I'm not gonna go through that pain. And I always did want to get my eyebrow pierced, but I think, again too, maybe I would just get a fake one because I'm just over being in pain. That's some dark humor. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I am right on the dot. I'm supposed to leave at 9:20, 9:17. Everything's packed and ready to go. So thank you for watching. Make today great. Have an awesome day. Thank you for being here. I love you. See you next time.